Hello, this is Paul.
This is Laura.
And I'm Alton.
We are Team Derringer.
Ciao, sono Camilla Passani, sono una cantautrice italiana di Roma.
You are listening to Derringer Discoveries.
With listeners in more than 30 countries.
At the top of each month, we conduct the Turnip Music Radio TMR Countdown, featuring the best compelling and new songs from around the world, as voted onto the top 25 chart and playlist by you, our listeners.
Polls for voting open on the 15th of every month and close on the 25th. To be a voter, you must first be a subscriber to our free newsletter. Subscribing is easy. It only takes a few seconds. You can subscribe at derringerdiscoveries.com/subscribe.
This is the TMR Countdown for October 2023.
Numbers 25 to 19 are highlighted holdovers from the prior month. 18, 17, and 16 are picks by Team Derringer. That's us. Listeners, in the next 20 or so minutes, we'll take you from number 15 all the way to number 1.
But
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Before we reveal number 15, I will recap the number 1 song from September 2023.
Hit number 1.
The number 1 song from September 2023 was Come On by Maya Win.
I waited for you.
Maya Win was voted to the number 1 position by you, our listeners.
On the outskirts of town.
As you'll remember from last month, she was interviewed by Derringer Discoveries in episode 34, Life After Rush.
I will choose free will.
It is officially our most popular episode.
Oh, come on.
Come On by Maya Win now permanently resides on the Turnip Music Radio Best of 2023 Spotify playlist.
Fighting demons in our head.
In December, Come On will be submitted to you, our listeners, along with the other 11 number 1 songs from 2023 for you to vote and decide what song will be declared Song of the Year. Okay, let's move on now to the top 15 for October 2023. Alton, kick us off with number 15.
Hello, this is Mark from 122 Music Management, manager of Skydiving Penguins, Still Traffico, and more. And I listen to Derringer Discoveries.
I'm Cheryl. I listen to Derringer Discoveries for all the snippets.
TMR hit number 15.
I saw your face last night.
The number 15 song is called Sober Love.
For me, there I just want a sober love.
It is by the artist and Early Bird, which is the performing moniker of Stefano De Stefano.
So please away, pretend it was a joke.
Joining Stefano on Sober Love is an artist who also regularly appears on our charts, and that is Tilly of the musical duo And Tilly. Regarding the song, Stefano writes, "We all want a sober and healthy love. Toxic relations are only selfish, coming from our human fragility."
For me, that I just want a sober love.
And Early Bird is based out of Italy.
Believe me, I just want a sober love.
That was a snippet of Sober Love by an Early Bird, joined by Tilly, the poet and singer of the duo And Tilly. Laura, over to you for number 14.
Hello, this is Camilla Passani from Rome, Italy. I am a recording artist and I listen to Derringer Discoveries.
Never fought so hard for losing better.
Firenze, Italia, ascolta Derringer Discoveries.
All this blood, sweat and tears in this broken bone.
Tuttlingen, Deutschland. Hört Derringer Discoveries.
With listeners in more than 30 countries.
TMR hit number 14.
At number 14, we have a fantastic song by Toronto, Canada-based singer-songwriter Iceland.
Is it better, is it better, is it better? Oh.
Who has more than 37,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, and the song is Alone.
Then be alone.
The song was written by Ali Willa Milner, Charlie McLean, and Evan Pang. Ace and Abby was actually born Evan Pang.
Oh, yeah.
Asen Abbey is an OG Cree singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist.
Never lost so much on a memory.
And guys, he is racking up the awards. He was nominated for a Juno Award. Won 3 2023 Summer Solstice Awards. And the 2023 Jim Beam Indie Award for Indigenous Artists. And if that isn't enough, he was the first Indigenous artist to hit #1 on Mediabase, which is Canada's alt-rock chart.
Yeah, and the Canadians are dominating. Once they started getting onto the Turnip Music Radio Top 25, they were just relentless. We got a lot of Canadians every month.
Loving you means losing me, no matter what I do.
We got some feedback from one of our listeners over in Australia, and he said that he was pumped that there were so many Canadian artists on our list this month, and he was very excited to start following some of these new Canadian artists.
Yeah.
This guy is going places. And that's Alone by Asen Abbey. Paul, what's number 13?
Jij luistert naar Derringer Discoveries, een muziekavonturenpodcast.
I'm Rob from Vienna, Virginia in the U.S., and I listen to Derringer Discoveries.
TMR hit number 13.
Number 13 is a surprise. We had some last-minute voting on the top 25. As our listeners know, the polls are open from the 15th to the 25th of every month. You don't need to wonder when it's open. It's always open from the 15th to the 25th. And we had some last-minute voting, which pushed this song onto the charts. It is by a band out of the Netherlands called Herb's Excellent Adventure. And that's HERB''S.
Up there's your silver crown.
I know our listeners have heard that name before because Herb's Excellent Adventure was on our charts back in July of 2023. They peaked at number 14 last time with their song You and Your Dream.
You and your dream.
That's a snippet of You and Your Dream, peaking at number 14 from July, but now they've done one better. They are at 13. That's right, 13 for the month of October with their latest single, Unfold.
This world fits in your hand.
That's Unfold, written by the members of the band, Anton, Danny, Marco, and Patrick. The four of them wrote it, they perform it.
Too big to comprehend.
They are known as Herb's Excellent Adventure, and as we learned directly from one of the members, Patrick Oxener, Herb's Excellent Adventure was based on a headline of a news article that was titled Herb's Excellent Adventure. So that's how they came up with their name.
He did confirm that it is herbs and not herbs.
That's correct.
Clarification.
It is a heavy H. From the Netherlands, Herb's Excellent Adventure, and the song is Unfold.
And then your life unfolds.
And now, on to number 12. Laura, who do we have?
Hey, this is Ben Arthur from Songwriter. When I'm not working on Songwriter, I love listening to Derringer Discoveries.
皆さん、音楽冒険ポッドキャストの Derringer Discoveries を
TMR hit number 12.
I feel you. Our souls must have danced before.
Paul, I am super excited to announce at number 12, we have Estella Dawn.
Rattling my ribcage, Mrs. Funny Bones.
Estella Dawn is based in the USA by way of New Zealand. She has over 90,000 listeners on Spotify, and the song is Funny Bones.
I always seem to get the punchline wrong.
And this song really fits more into the pop category, but it wouldn't be fair to categorize her as a pop singer because she has such a varied catalog.
It ain't you, but I wish it were.
Estella Dawn writes, records, and co-produces all of her own music.
Now I'm driving down the coast with my music loud and my feelings hurt.
And Derringer Discoveries listeners, stay tuned for an upcoming episode where Team Derringer sits down with Estella, virtually, of course, for an in-depth look into her journey through the music industry, insights into her songwriting process, and some backstories to her most listened to songs.
It ain't you.
I can't wait, Laura. That's coming out mid-October, right, Alton?
If I have anything to do with it, yes.
And that will be episode 51, our in-depth interview with Estella Dawn.
Many lovers wanna touch me. Not many wanna put me first. No.
And that's our number 12 song by Estella Dawn, Funny Bones. Paul, back to you for number 11.
This is John McFarlane from Chicago, Illinois in the U.S. I'm listening to Derringer Discoveries.
Подкаст музичних пригод.
Eddie Chan 收聽緊 Derringer Discoveries 一個音樂之旅嘅 podcast.
With listeners in more than 30 countries.
TMR hit number 11.
Haven't seen your face in years. I wish I never saw it.
Yeah, let's skip Alton and come straight back to me. Number 11.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Number 11 this month is an artist who's been on our charts before. She was born in Ukraine, and she now lives in Los Angeles, California, here in the U.S. Her name is Lena Cooper.
Hi, Derringer Discoveries. This is Lena Cooper. The song is about not letting your past define you and being able to let go.
This song that has hit number 11 is a co-write with Sierra Isabel Cornell. That's Sierra Isabel Cornell and Lena Cooper, and the song is Your Crimes.
I'm done paying for your past crimes. You're living on your own dime.
Both Your Crimes and the prior single Easy are featured on Lena Cooper's 5-song EP titled It Hurts Too Much to Speak.
I wanna let the whole world know that you are the reason the public opinion of man has been dragged to the dirt and won't.
That is Lena Cooper at number 11 for the month of October 2023 with her song Your Crimes.
Finally gonna let it go. I won't let you take control. Off the battle on my own. The worst part of you is you don't have a clue.
Let's keep moving. Alton, who do we have at number 10?
Usted está escuchando Derringer Discoveries.
This is Matt Saxton, singer-songwriter and multi-instrumentalist from East Sussex, UK, and I listen to Derringer Discoveries.
Turnip Music Radio, TMR Top 25. This is the Top 15 Countdown. Hit number 10.
You should have found her. At number 10, we have a band by the name of Good Strangers and their song Private Hell.
In the college years, I was a twisted, scary freak soul.
Good Strangers, they are a newly formed Irish indie band that was founded in 2022 by vocalists Neve and Connor, who were soon joined by Kev, Dez, and Luke.
Should've came to Germany.
Their debut singles Private Hell and Egyptian Summers have appeared on our top 25 music charts for the last 2 months.
Everything's just quiet now.
Private Hell by the band Good Strangers. Laura, I'm going to turn it back over to you again. What's at number 9?
Number 9.
You are listening to Derringer Discoveries.
Jy luister na 'n musiekavontuur podcast.
TMR hit number 9.
Number 9.
If I had a time machine, I'd make you have time for me.
Alton at number 9, we have Kieran Rhodes with his song If I Had a Time Machine that was released September 1st, 2023.
If I had a time machine, the first time you spoke to me.
Kieran has 46,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Let me down easy.
And if the name Kieran Rhodes sounds familiar, it's probably because his song Disengage has been streamed 1.5 million times.
Disengage.
And was featured on season 17 of America's Got Talent with a performance that went viral.
Get out of range.
It's really just a beautiful, moving song that chronicles his struggle with depression. And get this, guys, he was a serious baseball player in high school.
If I had a time machine, I'd switch up the scenery.
He's taught himself how to play the piano and then started writing and singing his original music.
'Cause I believed her, let me down easy.
And that's our number 9 song, If I Had a Time Machine by Kieran Rhodes.
If I had a time machine, you'd still be in love with me.
Alton, back to you. We're going to skip Paul this time.
Hey!
Excellent. The listeners have spoken.
Johan, de la banda ecuatoriana Salvant, escucha a Derringer Discovery.
I'm Heidi from the U.S. I love the energy and community of Derringer Discoveries.
TMR, hit number 8.
It's just a little rain, she said.
Laura, the song coming in at number 8 is brought to us by a band that formed in Cape Town, South Africa in 2021.
She wipes them away.
The band is called Lost Youth and is comprised by vocalist and sometimes guitarist Atlanta Joy, bassist Charlie Charles, and guitarist Fagry Hendrix.
And even the eyes of the faithful sometimes stray.
They have appeared on our top 25 chart before. Their latest single, Stray, is off of their forthcoming EP.
And even the eyes of the faithful sometimes stray.
And that was a snippet of Stray by Lost Youth from Cape Town, South Africa. Who's got number 7? Paul, I believe that would be you.
Jy luister na Derringer Discoveries.
My name is David Husted. I'm a songwriter and a music producer from Southern Maryland. Check out Derringer Discoveries.
TMR, hit number 7.
And it came over me. Did it come over you?
Thank you, Alton. I have number 7. We usually brag about how many people are first-timers on the top 25, but this time around we have a lot of people coming back. His name is Brian Dunn, D-U-N-N-E. He's doing a duet with Caitlin Rose.
Sit in line with the rise and I catch your eyes and I can tell your heart's been spent.
Laura, you've been mentioning how many monthly listeners people have, so I quickly looked up. Caitlin Rose has over 57,000 monthly listeners, combined with Brian Dunn, who has almost 50,000 monthly listeners.
Hey, Paul.
Yeah.
I recognize Brian Dunn's name. Why do I recognize his name?
Because he has been on our charts before. Brian Dunn is a member of the 4-piece rock band Fantastic Cat.
When we got to the gig, well, the venue was closed forever.
Fantastic Cat had a song called The Gig, written by Brian Dunn. Listeners, last year you voted The Gig to number 1, not only for the month of August 2022, but then in December, when we did the Song of the Year, listeners, you voted The Gig to number 1 for Song of the Year.
And I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
And that's the song by Brian Dunn. This time around, he is back. It's the first time that he's shown up on the charts since getting Song of the Year.
Into the jungle of the street where the strangers meet, where they look you in the mouth.
And this song is called The Kids Are All Grown, and then it's hyphen Blackbird version.
I guess the kids are all grown, everybody's gone home, and we're the only ones left here now.
And that, at number 7 for the month of October 2023, is a song written by Brian Dunn, performed with Caitlin Rose, The Kids Are All Grown, Blackbird version. Let's take it down to number 6. And it's back to me. How does this happen, guys? 2 in a row.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Julian Taylor from Toronto, Canada. I am a recording artist and live touring musician, and I've enjoyed listening to Derringer Discoveries.
TMR, hit number 6.
At 4 years old, Miss Jo told me I could be anything.
Number 6 this month is another person who is a frequent visitor to our top 25 charts. Her name is Katie Tish. That's T-I-C-H.
Picking flowers in the garden, Mrs. Jo came by. She told me we'll be fine.
She is out of Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland, I believe, here in the U.S. She wrote us about this song, and she told us it's about her preschool teacher. That's right, preschool teacher.
Before my mistakes and breaks and trauma.
Recently, Katie Tish moved back into a neighborhood that's down the road from where she went to preschool. And on a whim, she was curious, is my preschool teacher still working there? And you want to know? Yes, her preschool teacher is still working there, and her preschool teacher remembered her.
I'll never lose touch with my soul if I love myself like Mrs. Jo.
And showed her around and showed her things that she had done when she was in preschool. And the song is written all about her preschool teacher. She even names her preschool teacher. That's right. She identifies her preschool teacher by name. The song is called Mrs. Jo. That's J-O. Mrs. Jo.
I will never lose touch with my soul if I see myself
Joe by the song that our listeners voted to number 6 for the month of October. The performer is Katie Tish. Let's take it to number 5. Laura, who do we have at number 5?
Ви слухаєте Derringer Discoveries, подкаст музичних пригод.
You should be smashing that subscribe button. The Derringer Discoveries team is the best.
Turnip Music Radio, TMR Top 25. Hit number 5.
Caught running from the jeweler.
Paul, at number 5, we have Mint Julep by Max Saturn.
He ain't got skin for you to get up on.
How to describe this band? It's rock, glam rock, blues with a little Motown thrown in for good measure.
Keep on leaving, keep on low. You need love for fighting for.
This band is currently on tour opening for the Struts, but after having the opportunity to see them live, I'm pretty sure they're going to be headlining and selling out their own shows pretty soon.
I remember that night you were at that concert. You were texting me and Paul both saying, guys, you would not believe this opening act for the Struts.
Get to fighting, baby.
The word electrifying comes up a lot when describing this man, and especially frontman Carson Mack, who, by the way, was originally the drummer. The rest of the band is current drummer Angelo Coppola, again, frontman lead singer Carson Mack, keyboardist Evan Mercer, guitar players Mike Moody and Nicholas Barone, and Jive Moses rounds out the band on bass.
You need a love for fighting for. Get to fighting, baby. Fighting, fighting.
And that's our number 5 song by Max Saturn, Mint Julep. Alton, back to you for number 4.
Julio Santos del grupo Yul de Madrid, España, escucha Derringer Discoveries.
I'm Elizabeth from Charlottesville, Virginia, in the United States. I listen to Derringer Discoveries.
TMR hit number 4.
There's a new day coming.
Alrighty, thanks, Laura. At number 4 is Roman Candle by Israel Nash.
The spirit of change is settling in.
Israel is a Missouri native who first became popular while touring Europe.
Wolves may be still circling me.
Since he's been back in the U.S., he's relocated to Dripping Springs, Texas, where he has built a recording studio all of his own on his personal ranch.
But I don't let him in.
As of this recording, Israel Nash has over 130,000 monthly listeners.
Look out, I'm hot and dangerous.
Guys, his sound has been described as a cross between Neil Young and Pink Floyd. And that was Roman Candle by folk rock visionary Israel Nash.
Alton, Laura had Max Saturn at number 5. That was Max Saturn's first time on our chart. And you just now had Israel Nash. That's Israel Nash's first time on our chart. And now you're about to hand it over to me, right, for number 3?
Well, Paul, since you told me I can't give it over to Laura, which would have been my preference, I'll hand it back to you.
Yep, I want number 3. And number 3 is also a first-timer.
You are listening to Derringer Discoveries.
TMR hit number 3.
Someone else's feelings, they came tumbling down the stairs.
So 3 first-timers in a row after we went through all these people who are veterans of our charts. We now have some first-timers.
Someone else's feelings followed me all the way home.
At number 3 is a first-timer from Hamilton, Ontario, Canada.
And they burst in through the door.
Back to our Canadian alliance. The artist at number 3 is a singer-songwriter. Her name is Tara Lightfoot.
Any relation to Gordon?
Sundown, you better take care.
She collaborated with Gordon Lightfoot. As we know, he died this year. And I was thinking, same last name, they've got to be related, but we checked it out right before we did this episode, and no, even though they collaborated together, they are not related.
Maybe it's you that I've been waiting on.
Tara Lightfoot at number 3 with her hit song, Someone Else's Feelings.
Someone else's feelings, they kept quiet in the car. All their politics and principles hidden where nobody could argue.
Laura, who do we have at number 2?
香港收听 Derringer Discoveries.
I'm Ray from the U.S. I love hearing more about the stories behind the songs.
TMR hit number 2.
One night in Georgia,
Paul, at number 2, this is just another example of the strong showing of our Canadian artists this month. We have Julian Taylor out of Toronto, Canada, with his song, Georgia Moon.
He drove a 65 Chevy Impala, headed north on the I-95.
Laura, have you ever met Julian?
I have. And Derringer Discoveries listeners, we're going to let you in on a little secret. We'll be releasing an exclusive interview with Julian next month. And trust me, you are not going to want to miss that. You'll love it.
Are you wild like me? No, I'm so running free.
He's been around the Canadian music scene for over 20 years, and he had a breakout year in 2020 with the release of his second solo album, The Ridge, and it just racked up numerous awards and nominations. But this song, Georgia Moon, was just released in July 2023, and listeners have voted it into the number 2 spot.
Don't worry about what you gotta see. Don't worry about what you gotta be.
And that's Georgia Moon by Canadian artist Julian Taylor.
Underneath that
Alton, number 1. Let's hear it.
All righty. Are you ready to rumble?
I am ready.
I'm Marv from New York, and I love the intelligent commentary and repartee of the Derringer team members.
You are listening to Derringer Discoveries, a music adventure podcast.
With listeners in more than 30 countries.
Turnip Music Radio, TMR Top 25. Hit number 1.
Let's do a drum roll.
Listeners, at number 1 is a song called June's Stolen Car by the band The Paper Kites. June's Stolen Car by a band with almost 8 million, that's right, 8 million monthly listeners.
So she stole that old Mustang, took her around to her boyfriend's house and said, I know a place we can go.
The band was formed in 2010 and hails from Melbourne, Australia.
It's a long, long ride to the next town, but if you want to start something new.
The quintet, which Paul may refer to as a 5-piece.
Yeah, that's a 5-piece, right? It's one more than a 4-piece.
That's right. The quintet has over 1 billion, and that is with a B, over 1 billion streams across their catalog. That was a snippet of the number 1 song for the Turnip Music Radio Top 25 chart for October 2023, June's Stolen Car by the Australian band The Paper Kites.
Alton, our number 2 and number 1 song this month are both songs about crime. Number 2, Julian Taylor singing about a criminal who got shot. And number 1, June's Stolen Car.
Well, they raced through the night. June was mad as a loon.
June's Stolen Car now permanently resides on the Turnip Music Radio Best of 2023 Spotify playlist. In December, listeners, in December, we will submit the Best of 2023, all 12 songs to you, and you will vote to decide what song will be declared Song of the Year. June's Stolen Car will be among the 12 songs that we submit to you. Join us mid-October for our interview.
Exclusive,
Laurie. That's right. Exclusive interview with Estella Dawn out of California here in the U.S.
I was hung up on your day one.
She's going to help us celebrate our Halloween edition, and that's episode 51. We want to hear from you. Let us know you're out there. Until next time, this is Paul Derringer.
This is Laura Derringer.
And this is Alton Derringer. And you are listening to Derringer Discoveries.
皆さん、音楽冒険ポッドキャストの Derringer Discoveries を聞いてくれてありがとうございます。
Please rate, review, and or comment on this episode.
Laura, we do it again. There was a burp.
Oh.
It wasn't you. It was like in the sound.
Well, as I was saying, I didn't burp. And Jive Moses rounds out the band on bass. On bass.
Yeah, we're getting punchy.
Julian, I got just interviewed.
You have Julian on your mind.
Julian on my mind.
How could we not have Julian on our mind? He was so cool.